Tubies. It's Psychic Bob. It's 8 p.m. Eastern U.S. time, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific, 1 a.m. London, and 2 a.m. Paris time. And you know what that means? Wherever you are in the world, it's now the witching hour. Welcome to our show tonight. My name is Lord Bob Hickman, and I'm going to be here with my fellow cohorts in crime, and I'm going to let each of them introduce themselves to you. And we've got Lady Angela and Lord Tony, and I'll let them each take it away.
Hi, everybody. So happy to be here. So excited for what's going to take place tonight in our chat and interacting with all of you, and so excited to see you all here.
Hey, everybody. Glad to be here. Cohort number 2. Just wanted to let everyone know about that. Sorry I wasn't here last week, but I had some family business I had to deal with, so everything's taken care of. Glad to be here.
Well, Tony, we sure missed you. Everybody was asking about you, and we had a lot of questions come in, about Shungite and also your meteor stone. What's the name of your Moldavite?
Is the Moldavite, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So anyways, I thought just for those people who we left hanging last week, maybe you could just do a recap just for 5 seconds, if you can, about Moldavite.
All right. I actually came prepared today. Moldavite is actually it's a tektite. It was formed during the collision between Earth and an asteroid in the Czechoslovakia area about 4.5 billion years ago, if I'm right. No, 14 million, 14.5, maybe 15 million years ago. It's resulting from the droppage. I can't think of the right term for it, but when it, they all mixed together, came down to the ground in a heaping mess of molten green stuff. And but yeah, it's a really cool thing to have. It's really high in frequency. It helps with your dream state. It helps open you up for your dream states. It will kick your butt if you're not ready for it. If you have something that you need to get out, this will not let you not get it out. It will force it out of you no matter what. So if you're not ready for it, don't get it. Other than that, though, it's a great stone. I have it everywhere with me. I go through withdrawals without it.
What do you mean by if you're not ready for it to get it out, that it'll get it out? Can you expand on that?
If you have some like emotional baggage, it's a transformation stone. It will make sure it comes out for you to be able to deal with this. You have to get that emotional baggage out of your system, and it will change your life. Even if you don't want it to, it will. So
that's impressive. Hey, Bob, we got some shout outs. We got Natasha McGinnis. We had Katie McKenzie. We got Natalie in here. We got Veronica, Matt Burns, us and them. We got a lot of regulars in the chat box. Riverhawk's here. Hi, everybody. Moonface here.
Hey, guys. I just got up my box here. I see you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We were just doing a recap for those of you who just tuned in. Lord Tony was telling us about Moldavite, which is fascinating because a lot of you had questions. So, Tony, I want to say thank you for sharing that with us. And we're so glad.
No problem.
We have the best time. And, tonight's going to be no exception, hopefully. We've got some interesting stuff we're going to talk about here. We're going to get into that in a few minutes. But I just want to follow in Lady Angela and give shout-outs to all of you. There's Debbie Webby's here. Riverhawks here. Mama Bird's here. I am Lord Raziel. Laura M's here. Oh, my gosh. So many wonderful people. You guys are the best. I'm telling you. Well, it's Sunday. That's the day of the sun. And I love the Sun Lord. I have a big Sun Lord altar in my house. I've always been drawn to fire gods. It's funny because when I was a kid, I was obsessed with matches and candles. And my parents were always afraid I was going to burn the house down. They would never let me have candles. And, even I guess, it's kind of like absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? Like, so when I got away from home, I thought, good, I can burn all the candles I want. Now, you know what's funny though is, as I've gotten older, I've realized that, houses cost a lot of money. And you got to always be careful. And, as a witch, I believe there are times when the universe lets us kind of, cheat a little bit. You know what I'm saying, Lady Angela? We can do what we call substitutions. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
and one of the things that I have, in fact, I brought her to show you for those of you who haven't seen it. I have a great statue of devotion to the goddess Vesta. Isn't she beautiful?
She's gorgeous. Wow.
Made of bronze, and she's got a flame in her hand. She's the Roman goddess of the hearth, of the home. And you can see her. She's large, like 12 and a half, almost 13 inches.
Is it
And
bronze?
yeah, it's made of bronze. And I keep her on my fireplace. I have a little small electric fireplace. She's on the mantle. And so I've set up a Vesta shrine there. And I actually did a video. If you look at my channel, you look up Vesta, just type in Vesta, it'll come up. But anyways, I like to keep, I was reading a Wiccan book recently. It said that, for the gods and goddesses, it's traditional for some people to keep us an eternal flame going, like always have a flame. Well, I live in a condo and I'm not allowed to burn candles when I'm not here. And in fact, I wouldn't do it anyways, even if I was allowed. But I thought to myself, I love to burn a real candle. And I do burn a real candle when I can. But if I'm going to leave a candle burning all night, like while I sleep, that's dangerous. And somebody said to me recently, Psyche Bob, what do you think about electric candles? Well, in the past, I was always want to say, I don't like them. I believe in using real flames. But today I was out shopping and I ran into a beautiful orange electric candle.
Wow.
I had to get it. And I'm going to light it up for you guys. It looks really beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Let me see here. I'm going to turn down the light for a minute so you guys can see it. But it actually glows and flickers. And it looks like a real candle. Now, there's no flame in it. It's just inside of it. But it's beautiful. And so what I'm going to do is have my Vesta have this on my altar is my perpetual flame to Vesta. Because it's LED, it stays cool. It's not going to be a fire hazard. And I can let it burn at night while I sleep to have the perpetual flame.
That's amazing, Bob. And what great advice, something you can leave unattended, and it be safe. Katie McKenzie says, do you think Vesta is related to Bridget, having to do with the flame?
Actually, yes. I was reading a book about Bridget, and it's believed that Bridget is the Celtic expansion of Vesta. Like the goddess Vesta went throughout the world. The Roman culture expanded. And that Vesta and Bridget are either sisters or one and the same.
That's really cool. I find that a lot of times a certain god or goddess, of course they're all of the one, but each different culture or people have different names, So I would say absolutely Bridget and Vesta, just like you said.
Absolutely, So I would really encourage you guys. Now, I'm not being endorsed, but I got this at Pier 1. If you want to go out and get one right away and don't want to wait, you can also find out buy them online, these candles. But I got this one. The interesting thing is, Lady Angela, this one's actually made of real wax.
Oh, really?
So real. It's hard to see here on camera, but it's real wax. And actually, it looks like a real flame.
Wow.
It's not actually lit, as you see, but it's got a wick in it. But it looks so real when it sits on your table. People think it's. I saw it in the store, and I thought they were real candles. I mean, when I saw, and me, I've always said I did really like electric candles. I thought it was real, so I said if it's got me tricked, I'm gonna buy it. So.
It's awesome.
And then it's got a little. Let me just show you guys how it works. So there's a little switch here on the bottom, a little button, and on and off, and you just click it.
Oh, that's cool.
So something y'all might want to think about for a perpetual flame for your altar. According to the instruction book, this burns up to 20. You can burn it like it burns until the batteries. You put batteries in it. In fact, I'll show you that. It's got 2 AA batteries. Oops, hold on a second if I can open it.
What were you going to say, Tony?
I was at a psychic fair yesterday with my sons, and there was a table set up that had candles somewhat like that over there, and the only difference was that they had like a polished stamp or polished stamped metal flame that were in the top of them that wobbled back and forth, and the light underneath it would reflect off of there, making it look like a flickering candle.
Tony, I saw those and they look really real, don't they?
Yeah, they did.
This one's a different brand, but I know what you're talking about.
That's cool. I've had before little battery-operated tea light candles.
Oh, I haven't tried those. Did you like those?
I liked them because I could have my main burning candle in front of me, and then to set the ambience of the room, I could have the different battery-operated ones around me where I don't have to watch them. And also, it's easier to sit them like on counters and not have to worry about the curtains and stuff like that because they're battery-operated, so...
Well, I think, because I know there's going to be some Wiccans out there will see this and say, you can't use fake candles. It dishonors the element of fire. But honestly, isn't electricity part of the element of fire?
Absolutely.
So there you go.
Are we ready for a couple questions, Bob?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, hon. Jump in there. Let's take some.
Simba has a great one for you. She says, do you know what white jade is good for? Is it the same as green jade?
It's interesting. That's a good question because I love jade. I'm a big fan of all colors of jade.
Me
White
too.
jade is actually, well, it depends if you're talking about Western mythology or Chinese mythology. In the Chinese mythology, it represents the moon energy of the goddess. It also represents yang energy of the male. So it can actually be masculine or feminine. Green jade tends to be more like the Western version in the Chinese. It represents earth energies. So whereas the white is more lunar energies or male light energies.
Oh, interesting.
So they're both valuable though,
That's awesome. I love it. And I also love pink jade and yellow jade. I'm bonkers about them. And purple jade. I'm just bonkers about them. Riverhawk says, congrats, Psychic Bob, on your upcoming event.
Well, thank you. Yes, I appreciate you bringing that up. I was going to talk about that and I almost forgot. Yes, for those of you who haven't seen it, on Tuesday, March 20th, I'm going to be doing a big public appearance with WRQX FM radio station. They've invited Psychic Bob and a few other psychics to be at their local Washington meet and greet. It's going to be a big psychic mystic mix and mingle. And so they're going to be broadcasting live at it's called the Fillmore, which is a big event stadium. And I'm going to be there doing a public appearance with the radio station. They're going to be interviewing me tonight. I'll be meeting and greeting people, doing readings. And, for those of you who are local to DC, you're welcome to come out and see me in person. Tickets are $10 to get into the event, but then you get drinks and hors d'oeuvres, as part of the event. And then you get to meet the psychics. We're all doing free readings. There's going to be no charge that night. So it's your chance to meet Psychic Bob. I'll be signing autographs and doing pictures as well. So I hope you'll come out and see me. And if you don't, if you're not in DC or can't get down here, you can now listen to it live on the internet. It's going to be live streamed on the WRQX FM website. In fact, I put that in the info box. It'll be after this video is processed. You'll see it.
Can people find a way to get over to the radio station from your website, Bob?
Yes, in fact, that's a good question, Lady Angela. Yeah, if you go to my website, you'll see on the new page, it's got the big event picture and it shows the cocktail hour. And right below it, it'll be in the words that it has the link to the website. So you can click. I don't know if you can click on the image, Lady Angela. Do you know about that?
We can fix it up so that it will. But right now it's the link. We forgot.
Okay. Well, it's there. Anyways, I didn't remember how we set that. But yes, definitely.
Now, Natasha McGinnis says she loves Tony's necklace, that it's adorable, and she says, I bet it is protective. What kind of
hasn't harmed me yet. It's my standard pentacle, but it hasn't harmed me yet. So.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. You ask some people, they'll say you're already sold out to the devil.
Now,
We'll
Bob,
talk about that later.
Oh, geez. Bob, that brings up the subject of protective necklace and protective talismans.
Oh, yes. I'm a big believer in you should always wear something sacred every day. I never, and Lady Angela, you know this, I never leave my house without a pendant of some sort on.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you know, one of the things I always wear is a pentacle. This is my little silver pentacle.
Mm-hmm.
And then today I'm also wearing a blue sapphire. This is one of my treasured gemstones. It's a cut sapphire from India. It's a real sapphire.
Oh.
And I've had it for a number of years, but I love it. I bought it back when gems were cheaper. And this is very much a protective. Sapphire is also known as the witch's stone because it allows us to attune psychic power. It helps with casting of magic. And it also is a form of deflection of evil. It's like the evil eye. And, you know, as many of you know, I'm a big believer in the evil eye. And blue sapphire can be a stand-in also for the evil eye.
Some of our viewers might not be familiar with the evil eye, Bob. What is it?
Well, you know, the evil eye, in fact, I got a big one here to show you. Can't say I'm not a believer in the evil eye. This is from a store that I bought, a Turkish store. In Turkey and Italy, the evil eye is really big. And it's believed that if you have a blue eye, it will protect you from evil. Now, it's believed that there are two different definitions of the evil eye. One is that there is just a malevolent force of evil energy that can just come after you like a cloud of energy and destroy your life. And it's believed that displaying a blue eye talisman deflects that cloud. There's also a second belief of the evil eye that some people, by their very own nature of malice, can take their own eye and project a ray of hostility towards somebody and destroy them as well. So both of these are the evil eye. And the confusion comes from that when people advertise these charms, they'll say, oh, it's an evil eye charm. And people think it means that the eye is evil. The eye is not evil, but what it deflects the evil eye that people project through jealousy, hostility, aggression. And so it's really the eye of good that deflects the evil eye. But just short-wise, it's called evil eye. And this can be worn in many forms, a necklace, a pendant, a wall. This is actually a wall hanging that you can hang on the wall. And I also have a bracelet. In fact, I'll show that. Oops, I just dropped it.
And I can expand on that, you know, in our day-to-day life, we have millions of people we cross paths with that are not magically minded, like all of us here. They're just regular people. And if they cast a glance at you, like, and hate on you, or cast a glance of jealousy, or just of any kind of bad feelings, they just look upon you and just don't like you. In a sense, that's casting that bad mojo at you, or casting the evil eye at you. And so wearing an evil eye charm or pendant, or even a pentacle, is a way to deflect that, so that those vibrations, when they look at you and they think those bad things of whatever thoughts it is, they don't realize they're really sending bad vibrations at you. So we always have to prepare for that. And I actually have a pendant I'm wearing today, which is an evil eye pendant.
That's beautiful.
My bestie gifted me with this a while back.
If I knew it was that nice, I'd have kept it and wouldn't have given it away.
Tony, do you have any evil eye jewelry?
I have the evil eye. Where is it? There it is. Handsaw. It's going to go on my sword, I think. No, probably not. But it's pretty cool. It actually broke. We're supposed to attach to, so I get to hold it just like this. Make it look all shiny and pretty for you guys.
That's awesome.
I love it. I also have a pendant that I wear. It's a small pendant. You can see it's the evil eye too.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes they have brown eyes or black eyes, and that's okay too. In effect, it's just the eye itself. And it's the all-seeing eye, the eye of God. Sometimes it's called God's eye. And it's just looking out for you. It's a protective symbol. And in fact, you can even, I have some pages on my website at rarewiccaspells.com that you can purchase, and they're incantations that you can recite to protect you from the evil eye. And in fact, I've been having some challenging people at my place of employment. And whenever I know that they're thinking bad, or I feel the vibrations, because naturally, because I'm a witch and I'm an empath, so I can feel it. And I have a chant that I'll say in my head. This is one I could say at home, but I don't have it memorized. But I actually have one that I have memorized that I'd like to share with all of you. If you feel like, huh?
Lady Angela, can I interrupt you? Could we as a group maybe just all get our sacred charms and empower that while you're doing this tonight?
Oh, yeah, we sure can. We sure can.
So, if you guys have any evil eye jewelry, maybe just take a few minutes and go grab it. Mm-hmm. Or if you have a pentacle or something sacred, we could use that tonight. Could we, Lady Angela?
Absolutely. We could hold it and recite it, and then I'll say it, and then we each can maybe recite it. Or I'll say it a few times so everybody can maybe write it down and catch it. But you hold it and say it, and it'll empower it for you. At work, I just say it over and over in my head, instead of worrying about what are they thinking, what are they saying, why are they being like that towards me. Instead, I actually recite it in my head, and it really helps me to deflect that energy.
I think that's wonderful. So guys, go get your charms, bring them here. Lady Angela is going to lead us in a consecration. So we'll give them just another minute or so. Hopefully they can get back here. But I got to tell you, while we're waiting on that, I want to show you guys another evil eye charm. This was a gift to me from Rose Henley and her husband, who both make jewelry. And I just got this week. It's an evil eye bracelet that they made me and just sent me. Literally just arrived. You can see that.
Wow.
Oh, there you go. Can you see that?
Yeah, we can see it now. Wow.
So I'm going to wear that, put that on. So I'm going to have that, and I got my pendant tonight. We'll charge all this up, So hold on. We have another question here. I just thought I saw something go by. Okay, Spirit Journey Film says, I don't have either of them. I guess she means evil eye, but I'm wearing a whale's tail on my purple cord. Does that count? Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, yes.
Gab Hines says that there's a church in Pendle in the UK, and on the side of the church is the Eye of God made in lead. That's awesome.
Oh, that's cool. I love it.
Yep, that's awesome. Yeah, any charm that you want to be your amulet to protect you against the evil eye, which the evil eye is a pretty broad range of things, too, that could fall into that. It's just basically ultimate protection.
Absolutely. And, as I said, this is really big in the Mediterranean countries. So if you're ever traveling to Italy or Greece or Turkey, you can really stock up on evil eye charms. They're like on every corner there, from what I've heard.
Yep. So do you think we're ready, Bob?
We're ready. I think you guys, if you're ready, we'll go ahead and let Lady Angela lead us. So get your charms and hold them in your a receptive hand, because you want to receive power into some. I'm left-handed, so I'm going to hold it in my right hand here.
I'm holding mine around my neck. So
wonderful.
I empower this charm to have protection by my side, to protect me here and now from the evil eye. Then the chant I say in my head is, I am safe from your evil eye. I know you stare as I walk by. I'm protected from above by Lord and Lady and their love. So mote it be.
So mote it be. Could you do that another time for us, Lady Angela? I think that's so beautiful.
Yep. I empower this charm for protection by my side, to protect me always from the evil eye. I am safe from your evil eye. I know you stare as I walk by. I'm protected from above by Lord and Lady and their love. So mote it be.
So mote it be. That's beautiful, Lady Angela. Now, Lady Angela, again, if people want to get the special spell page, they can do that at rarewiccaspells.com. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes. And they could just type into the search box Evil Eye and it'll pop up. And don't forget to use your coupon code for 10% off any purchase ever, just for being a member of Spirit Channel. The coupon code is Spirit Channel, all one word, and that'll get you 10% off. Speaking of the website, I got to thank a lot of our viewers, our regular viewers. I've been doing making a lot of Book of Shadows lately for a lot of our regular viewers from these videos, and I really, really enjoy making these books for all of you. Each one has its own personality, and it's such an honor to make them for fellow brothers and sisters of the craft. And I just really enjoy making these books for everybody. And I wanted to thank you all for coming and checking out my website and placing book orders and ordering magical items, and just had to give a shout out to everybody for that. And again, the website's rarewiccaspells.com. Thanks, everyone.
Well, I got to tell you, Lady Angela, as a personal customer of rarewiccaspells.com, I can personally say that Lady Angela's books are treasures and heirlooms. I have a few of them, and
I have a big one I'm finishing right now. This one's huge. It's kind of like yours. Whoa, whoa. Sorry, I'm a klutz. It's a big one like yours, Bob, except it's about twice as thick. There's about 550 pages. This one's, it's going to have a large pentacle on it too, but this is the silver dragon fabric. And also recently I received an order from one of our viewers here for an angel book. And it's going to have the same silver fabric because it does kind of look like angel wings too. And it's going to have angel charms on it. And I also ordered some angel wing charms to put inside and all. And that's going to be a lot of fun to make. So each book is fun, you know, and I customize them to whatever your favorite things are. If you have certain colors, because you could pick your own color for the cover, and different animals or symbols that you're connected with. I have a lot of special little ways to incorporate them into your book to make it one of a kind, special, and specific just to you.
Witchy Jim just said, I love your website.
Aw, thank you.
And, you know, I have to tell you guys, honestly, once you have a Lady Angela custom-made Book of Shadows, you'll never be able to go back to any cheap notebooks. I'm spoiled. I really am. I'm a fan. I love it. Lord Tony loves it. We 100% back Lady Angela's work.
And you know, Bob, you've been getting a lot of calls for readings too. And I tell you, I really love helping you to schedule those for people. You've gotten a lot of people, and anybody who hasn't gotten a psychic reading, a one-on-one from Bob, go for it. Get it. You're going to love it. It's going to shine light on your path. It's so, Tony can vouch for it. It's amazing, Bob's readings, aren't they, Tony?
Oh, yeah. They're very, very accurate. They'll make you think too, because sometimes I don't know if you guys just saw that flying around Bob. I just saw something literally fly right by his head.
That's one of my pet moths.
Okay. But yeah, his readings are very accurate, and yeah, I can't say anything really more about them other than that. They're perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys both. And I want to say thank you to all of you who have been calling. Now, we've had a little bit of a backlog, so bear with us. Lady Angela is still sorting through the calls because they keep coming in and we're trying to catch up on them. So if you've been trying to reach me and you had some trouble or waiting, don't worry, we are getting to you. It's just a bit of a backlog, and I appreciate all of the support. And, you know, speaking of wonderful support, Lord Tony also does a wonderful healing spiritual work. And Lord Tony, I would recommend you check out him as well. Lord Tony, you want to tell me a little bit more about your healing works?
Yeah, what I do is mostly distance energy healing. I let the angels work through me and guide my energy to where it needs to go. And even if you don't know if there's a problem in a certain area, it'll find it, and it'll work on that too. But you know, if it's specific, you can tell me. Otherwise, you know, I'll locate it. So yeah, you can find me if you want to just Google Lightbreakers Angels. It's the easiest way to find it. Otherwise, I got an overly long website name. So most of the time I forget it, what it is. So yeah, Lightbringer's Angels, just Google that.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, that's Lightbringers with an S at the end, Angel. And it pops right up. You can't miss it. And Tony has a really nice website over there too. And it's really, really impressive the work he does as well. Moonfae asks, can we discuss the Fae realm? What is the Fae realm? Is it real? What is it, Bob? What is it about the Fae?
Well, the Fae are a class of beings that kind of share two dimensions. They share the earth realm predominantly, but they also share the etheric realm. They're on that edge of the spirit world. And I believe, my personal belief is that the Fae actually predate human life on Earth, that they're more ancient than we are, and that they equally share in the right to be on this Earth. They are like the guardians. I like to think guardians of the Earth. They protect the plants, the trees, the animals, the rocks, and they have a great love for this Earth. They, interestingly, a number of them, not all of them, but a number of them love humans and act as protectors for humans as well. And if you decide to start working with the Fae, there are some rules that you have to know. And one is always be reverential to them. Don't treat them flippantly. There's a myth goes around that says, oh, the Fae are just little Tinkerbell creatures. Oh, no, no, no. I mean, there are some that are like Tinkerbell. But some of them are literally life-size and as powerful, like they're more powerful than us. And so if you cross them, they can make havoc in your life. So you don't want to disrespect them.
True. They're like the guardians of nature in a way, and if you're someone who like litters all the time, you'll notice certain things become challenging to you, and the Fae will wreak havoc on you. They take it personally. So it's good to, be tidy. Don't pollute by throwing your trash out your car, or, a lot of people do that. And the Fae certainly do get after you for it in different little ways. At one time out here by where I live, the whole street was just tore up. They were doing big time construction. And about that same time, my car all of a sudden started having mechanical problems. And it just didn't make sense. And it was all at the same time. And I thought, you know what? The Fae are upset because the earth and the land out here is just being tore up by this construction. And I made a joke to Bob that they were in there in my engine pulling on stuff and yanking it, even though it wasn't my fault, but it was right in front of my house, So, and, sometimes I'll leave little gifts to give back to the Fae and to nature, like perhaps maybe coins, and I'll poke them down at the base of trees in the ground, or little stones or trinkets, and I'll bury them in my plants, or I'll bury them around trees. And it's an offering of giving back. That's a good way to get in good with the nature spirits. Or to have a little garden, that you take care of. That's another thing that's pleasing to them. Or fairy houses. There's lots of different fun things you can do.
Absolutely. The Fae love shiny things. So don't be surprised. They'll steal your jewelry. Like I've had, when I started first working with the Fae, I had jewelry disappear. Now, if the Fae take your jewelry, don't yell at them or be hateful about it. You let them have it. I promise you they'll bring it back. And what you just to assure that, say, I hope you enjoy it, have fun, and when you're done, if you want to send it my way, I'll take it back from you. Do it that way. Very reverential. Lord Tony, you've had dealings with the Fae as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I had that dream probably about a month ago now, with the elves teaching me how to use my sword. I do invite the Fae into my house. The winter, I want to call them winter fairies or snow fairies. I know when it's cold outside, you can actually ask them if they want to come in and allow them in your home. I have a few. I have numerous. I have sprites, fairies, nixies, pixies. I have a wood sprite upstairs who's a little bit mischievous, and she likes to. Well, let's put it this way. When I first got her, my son came into the living room and he was laying on the floor, and he kept saying that he feels like someone's watching him. And he put his face back down towards whatever he was doing, and all of a sudden he just shot backwards about 5 feet. And he says, this thing popped in front of his face and started doing this. and he just freaked out, and I started laughing because she did that to me just the night before. Just popped in front of my face just to play it, just do that. And Yeah, it was weird. I wasn't expecting it, but she didn't look like what you would have typically assume what they would look like. She had like, I want to say 6 arms and 2 legs,
Wow.
and it was just white, and it was different, but it was cool at the same time.
Well, that's interesting too, because I think it really points to the fact that the Fae in their makeup are as diverse as humans. We have Asian races and black races and white races and red races. And so, like the Fae, I think, are the same way. They're different categories of races.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. G-Dog reminds us that you, Bob, actually on Spirit Channel, you have several videos on the Fae, and that's true. If you pull up Bob's main channel page here on YouTube, there's a search button, and if you click it, just type in Fae, F-A-E, you'll see a whole list of all the videos Bob has about. Bob has videos about everything. How many years have you been doing YouTube, Bob?
I've been on YouTube, God, believe it or not, 10 years. This is my 10th anniversary, 2008. I started in 2008. Now it's 2018. So, yeah, it's 10-year anniversary of me on YouTube. Can you believe it?
Spirits Journey Film says a few things have already happened since her reading with you, and it's only been less than a week. And I want to speak on that because some psychics can't give you timelines on stuff, but Bob does. He can pinpoint when stuff's going to occur, like in the next week or the next month or maybe in the next year. Bob's spot on with that stuff. That's something very unique and special to him. So you will not be disappointed if you get a private reading with Bob. And it's not a quickie. It's a whole full hour, just you and him. And you even get to ask your own questions. So how can people get a reading, Bob?
Well, if you want to get on my schedule for a reading, the best thing is to send me an email to readings@robert-hickman.com. That link will be below this video when it's over. Or you can also call my office at 571-483-2112. And we'll get you on the schedule. Now, sometimes I'm there, sometimes I'm not. Just leave a message if I'm not there. Lady Angela is helping me monitor the lines, and we will get back to you. But if like Lady Angela said, in my readings, it is a full hour, and it's you and I one-on-one. A lot of people write me and say, "Say, Bob, I'd love to sit down and learn from you and hear about your experiences and stuff." And I say, I'd love to do that. You might want to also, while you're with me, have a reading, but I'm open that channel, everything comes through. And we cover everything, past, present, future issues, cover spirit guides, life themes, past lives, messages from deceased loved ones, messages from guides, and I answer any questions that you have. So I cover a lot. And most of you have had a reading. No, I kind of go over the hour. I'm not a clock watcher, and I don't charge, but sometimes that happens. So I always tell people, if you have a reading with me, don't book something right next to your reading, because I cannot sometimes shut the channel off.
That's true. That's very true. And Bob, you even can bring over, and I know you do it all the time, bring over messages that aren't just from our spirit people in this life, but any spirit people we have from past lives that step forward. You describe them to us, you give us their message from them. It's amazing. I mean, the only thing you're going to regret is that you didn't do it sooner. So.
Well, I always say, my teacher who trained me in this, I was trained in the spiritualist movement. I was a spiritualist before I became a Wiccan. And my teacher always said, "Say, Bob," she said, "just get out of the way, let the spirit people do their work, and you'll be a better psychic." And any of you know that during my readings, I let Fletcher lead the reading. He tells me what to do, who's here, what to say, and I let him run the reading. I'm just the channel. And many of you have had readings with me, can testify that it's an amazing experience. And I don't say that to brag. I get as amazed by the readings as all of you, because what they show me and prove during the reading, it fascinates me also.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely. Everybody in the chat, there's a lot of them that have had readings with you, and they're all testifying for how wonderful it was, because Bob, you're the bomb. It's true. You're the bomb.
Well, bless your heart.
The bomb too.
It's what I do is not a job. I try to tell people I don't have a job. I have a calling. to me, readings is so sacred and serious, and I devote my life to it, you know. And I can promise anybody has a reading, I may not be 100% perfect on every detail. Sometimes we miss a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Any psychic tells you they never misinterpret something or, you know, misses something, they're not legit. But I can promise you that I will give it my 110% effort. And I think that for the most part, people come out with a lot of help.
Here's something kind of funny. Witchy Jim says he actually saw you doing a reading for a waitress one day, that it was pretty awesome, and he's going to have to get one soon. Bob, do you just go out in town and sometimes spirit talks and you just give a reading? Is that what happened then?
Sometimes it happens, yeah. Sometimes I'll go someplace and people will recognize me and say, oh my God, Psychic Bob's here, and they want a reading, and I can never say no. I'm a softie. But sometimes I'll be just sitting somewhere and the spirit will overwhelm me, and I just have to go with it, you know.
That's awesome.
Spirit says. Mm-hmm. Witchy Jim, my only question is, if you see me, you have to come up and visit with me.
Yep. Carol Pettis says, Lord Bob put his heart into his readings. That's why she loves your readings. Aw.
Bless her heart. Thank you, Carol. Carol's a sweetie.
Let's see here.
I'm trying to see. My eyes are blurred tonight here.
It's a calling and a passion. Some say it is very true. Lotus Night Rain says she had a reading and it was amazing. She learned who her spirit guides were and her past lives. Loved it. Looking forward to getting another soon.
Oh, thank you so much.
Witchy Jim saw you doing it in a video. That's where he saw it. So,
okay. Well, you know, I just want to tell you guys, just so if you are in my area and you see me in public somewhere, I love to interact with people from YouTube. Some people get scared and they're afraid to come up to me. The only thing I ask, and this is my thing, because I've been mobbed by people, I don't like people to run at me shouting and grabbing me. Okay, don't do that, because I will run away from you. Peacefully, because I've had fans attack me, and I've also had stalkers with hostile intent attack. So I'm a little leery, but I love to talk to people as long as you don't charge me.
Yeah.
I'm coming to get you, Lord Bob. Coming to get you.
Joseph Vlog says, how can he get a little more positive? What's a good stone that'll help us to raise our positive vibrations, Bob?
Tony has the most magical of stones. It starts with an S, I think. I want Tony to talk about this one. This is a good one for you.
Shungite?
Yes.
Is that the one you're thinking of?
That's what
I'd love Shungite. I've actually got two pendants on with me. I got a triangle one that I got some moldavite stuck to, and then I have my circular pendant with the yin yang symbol on there. I probably just butchered that. I think it's yin yang or yin yang. I don't know. Yeah, Shungite, it rocks. It's like a perfect carbon molecule, comes from space. It will protect you from EMF waves, from Wi-Fi. It turns living or dead water back into living water. It'll actually help your electrical appliances if it's put on there with a magnet. Boy, what else can you do? I put it in the ground with plants that I've grown and just watched them just grow really quick. And,
what if we have to work around challenging people or situations, or go to group events that are kind of challenging? Would carrying Shungite help us in those kind of situations, Tony?
It should. It keeps you grounded. When it's against your skin, it actually it makes your like your blood and your internals. I want to say more alive. It heals you from the inside out. I can't say really enough about it. They changed the Wi-Fi at my work and upgraded that, and now I have a whole bunch of Shungite stones.
Oh wow!
In this container, and I carry this with me every day at work because I was just getting bombarded with the Wi-Fi so bad there, and now I carry this along with the two pendants that I have, and I don't get the headaches anymore.
Oh, wow.
Because the Wi-Fi was just, they 5G everything. They put boosters everywhere in there. I was literally sitting between a booster and 2 routers.
Tony,
It was, oh, what was that, Bob?
I said you got hit majorly in that environment.
Oh, I did. And, you know, just being around all the machining equipment in there too, and those are all hooked up to Wi-Fi now too. So it's like I needed all the extra protection I could get. And the moment I brought this in, my headache stopped.
Oh, wow.
So I keep it with me everywhere in there. But,
and you know, I sell on my website shungite by the pound, and I actually come across some Merkabas made out of shungite. I'm going to be listing those later on tonight if anybody's interested in that. So you could get a hold of some shungite over at Rare Wicca Spells too if you want a whole pound of it, or also some cute little shungite Merkabas. You guys can watch for me to post those later on tonight too. So
how big are those? How big are the Merkabas?
They're about 2.5 inches.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice. I love Merkabas.
Yep.
I think you're going to have some customers, Lady Angela.
Yep, I'll be posting those right after the video.
Yeah, yes. Witchy Jim just said that he's learned that too much from the paranormal field, that too much EMF is not good. I would agree with that. You know, as many of you know, there are a lot of people around the country are being targeted with directed energy weapons. And those weapons have an EMF element to it. So I think EMF can be as much of a blessing, can also be a curse.
And see, with the EMF and all these Wi-Fi, they're all harmful. They don't have to be harmful either. They all come with a counterclockwise rotation to their frequency, and shungite's frequency is so strong and it spins at a clockwise rotation that when these waves hit you, you can't stop the wave itself, but you can stop the bad rotation with the shungite, and it'll actually make it spin the proper direction. So it's no longer, and I should say, I can't guarantee it's not harmful, but it won't have its negative effects as bad as it would have beforehand.
You know, that sounds a lot like how, oh geez, and now I'm drawing a blank. The Himalayan salt lamps, you know, whenever you use those, how they actually put out the negative vibrations, which will settle down those, or they put out positive charge. I think it's negative charges for the positive charged vibrations that are in the air, the stuff that's vibrating around, like Tony just said, all those vibrations and waves, that it actually counteracts it to like deaden it, to level it out for you. It sounds very similar. That's awesome. Gab Hines, you know, he's in the UK and he's asking why tonight's show is an hour early or an hour later. Why is it an hour off? Well, that's because here in the US we had daylight savings time today. So all of us, we had to set our clocks 1 hour ahead. So if some of you in different parts of the world that don't have to do the daylight savings time, that's why tonight's shows up. Seems like it's at a different time, but really it's the same time. It's just one of those weird US things where we had to do daylight savings time, so we had to change our clocks an hour forward. So I didn't even think to mention that to everybody, but I saw it in the chat box.
So one second, what is it changed tonight or tomorrow? Is it already changed? Because I didn't change.
Yeah. Well, my computer changes itself, my cell phone changes itself, but I had to manually set my wall clock, my microwave, and my stove.
You know what? All my stuff's tied into phone and computer, so I guess it changed. I didn't even.
You didn't even know, Bob. Yeah, you were just lucking out.
Yeah, my phone changed at 2 o'clock.
I missed the show today.
Yeah, my phone changed at 2 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there we go. Well, no wonder. Yeah. Well, hey, you know, I can't keep up with everything. Anyways, I had a question I saw earlier. I want to go back to. Nigella for me asked a really good question. She said she was born in April. She's an Aries, but she said she's drawn to the stone garnet, which garnet is the Aquarian birthstone. And she said, I can't get enough garnet. I'm crazy about garnet. Why am I drawn to it so? Well, I'm an Aquarius and garnet is my stone. I want to answer that because, you know, it's interesting. I've always questioned why garnet is the Aquarian stone, because Aquarius is an air sign, And a red stone to me does not feel like an air stone. And I have a theory. Well, actually, it's not my theory. It's actually Doreen Valiente's theory. Doreen Valiente's questioned it as well. I always wondered it. And I read a book by her. And she said she believes the reason garnet was chosen as the stone for Aquarius and January birthdays is because it is like in the midst of the most bitter time of winter, it's like the flame. There's hope and inspiration. And so it represents a fire element stone, actually, but because Aquarius is an air sign, it's stimulated by fire and fire stimulates it. So it's kind of a power boost. And so because you're Aries, you're an air sign, I mean, you're a fire sign, so you would actually naturally vibrate the garden.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Moonfae asks if we can discuss automatic writing. Bob, you've done some of that. I read it in one of your books. You actually explained your experience. I think it was with Rose. You first tried to connect with her via automatic writing.
If you guys get this book, Messages from Rose, this is available on my website. The link will be below. I wrote this book about my experiences with channeling, and automatic writing is a form of channeling. And it's basically when you let a spirit move through a body like your arm and take control and move the pen. And I, recommend it for people starting to channel because it's a way to have an interaction with spirit that won't be so scary. I don't recommend people go on to full-on vocal channeling and let them take control because it can be overwhelming if you're not ready for it. But usually automatic writing is a safe way to begin channeling. And Rose used to connect with me that way, and that's in this book.
Sarah J is mentioning she put Libra's ? Opal, and that they used to say only Libras can wear it, and laugh out loud, and that she doesn't think so, but they are fragile. I'm a Libra and I love opal. Oh my God. And a lot of times it's called the witch's stone. Look what Tony has.
You can't see it now. But she came to visit me down here.
She felt it.
Yeah, this is my little girl Sabrina.
Oh, what a great name for a black cat.
Yeah. Yeah, it popped right into her head. Her name originally was Lady, and we got her from the shelter. So, yeah, she decided to come and pay me a visit, but now she's getting a little uptight and ouch.
Comedic Witch says, laugh out loud, cat butt. Yeah, when you first picked her up, we saw the cat butt.
Yeah. Sorry. That's supposed to be good luck. Really.
I love it.
We almost named her One Eye.
My little mouse is going to town down here trying to rip open a trash bag that's got it.
I keep looking over here at my trash thinking I have a mouse running in, but it's at your house, Bob. That's what we're hearing.
I have a mouse that lives with me. His name is Squashy, and I've made him a pet. I've actually got a fooding bowl for him and water, and he comes and sits with me as a little nest he sleeps in. And I don't want to get rid of him because I just have gotten attached. But tonight he's being a booger.
Sebastian Frank says he's a Scorpio and his favorite stone is the opal. You know, I've always believed opal to be the witch's stone on account of it has all kinds of sparkle and color, just like the cosmos. And for the same reason, I also love moonstones, and I also love mystic topaz. Anything with a lot of changing of colors, I love those, and I resonate with those. And being an air sign, you know, it's like all the cosmic energies in them and all the flavors of the universe. So I absolutely love those. And I think opal is an all-purpose stone. You know, you hear things where, oh, you have to be gifted it and this and that. Well, you know, it's a stone. It's an earth energy. And if you're connected to a certain one, then do it. You know, whatever sparks, it's all about you, not what you read in a book. You don't have to shape yourself and mold yourself to fit something that you read in a book. You just are finding your own way, and take what you read as suggestions, but it's really whatever you feel. And if opals speak to you, then it's your stone, you know, or if emeralds speak to you or whatever it is. If this color makes you feel like peaceful and friendly, then that color means that for you. You know, it's all about you, not what you read in a book.
Absolutely. Wanda Schilling just wrote, she said, good evening. I'm very drawn to purple stones and crystals. Are you guys drawn to certain colors? Why are we drawn to one color more than others? Love you guys. Hi, Wanda. I think it's a wonderful question. Well, naturally, I'm drawn to purple. That's the amethyst. I don't know if I've ever said this, but it's one of the official gemstones of the Order of the Purple Cord. So I'm drawn to it because I've always loved it, and it resonates at a high frequency. But I think it's really comes down to personal choice. And one of the things I find, and Lord Tony and Lady Angela, I want to ask you guys, don't you find that at different times in your life you're drawn more to one stone than the other?
Yes.
There are certain energies that are going on in our lives. And I think it's about what energy is present in your life or what your energy is lacking and that you need to draw into your life,
Sure. Or whatever you're using them for. I use crystals and stones on my altar for whatever kind of ritual I'm trying to do, or just in my everyday altars that I just have set up all the time. Like over on my Ganesha altar, I have certain gemstones. I have a Herkimer diamond there, and just for whatever purpose, I put specific ones there too. So, and if I'm having a challenging day, I just might wear my tourmaline, which I've been wearing it a lot lately. But anyway.
Better cleanse that stone before it shatters.
Right. Yeah, I clean it every morning, my tourmaline. It's a funny stone. It absorbs any kind of negative vibrations that might come around you. But you've got to rinse it off, because it cleanses it, because it's so powerful. Tourmaline is a very wonderful protective stone to carry in your pocket or wear as a necklace, which I do also sell on my website, by the way, little hunks of it that are wire wrapped. I have one. I wear it all the time. I actually have it. I take it off at night when I come home from work. So it's in there in my restroom right now. And when I get ready for work, I'll rinse it off and wear it. So.
I love it. Well, I need to get me some black tourmaline also. I think I'm going to be visiting rarewiccaspells.com.
I also have over there polished stones. You can buy, I think it's by the pound, and I have some other options. I'll have to go look. But buy rough stone or polished as well.
I'll have to look that up. That sounds wonderful. One of the things is, Lady Angela's site, if you're starting out in the craft, it's a great place to start because you can get all your basics there to get you going, You sell everything there. You chalices, wands, athames, crystals, pentacles, all of that.
Altar cloths, yep, everything. Even little mojo bags, the little drawstring bags. I have so much stuff there. Not just Book of Shadows. I have a ton of stuff there. Books, like regular books, tarot cards, oracle cards, feathers, whatever it is you're after, candles.
Incense.
Go take a peek. Yep. Ritual knives, swords. I have a lot of stuff there, so you need to go check that out.
Absolutely. I love it. Oops, I just saw a question go by. Was there something I just missed? Comedic Witch just said, I think I want to start incorporating stones more into my powders and bath mixes. I think that's wonderful. Yes, crystals can be used in so many ways. And, one of the things I used to do is I used to put crystals around the edge of my bathtub. I'd line it, the edge of the bathtub with crystals, and that would help me focus. You can also literally put them in your bath too.
Yeah, and whole pieces. Down the drain. I would discourage grinding them up into a powder, though, and putting it in there because it is little shards of rock then. So I would discourage that. But hunks of it, that would be wonderful. Katie McKenzie, she says, I think it was her. She says, why is the show already over? It just flew by, Bob.
I just looked at the clock. I said, my God, I feel like we've been here 5 minutes.
I mean, tonight's show.
It's been an hour?
Yeah. Tonight's show really went fast.
Yeah, it did.
I don't feel like we've got half the questions yet, but that's all right. We're going to be back here next week. We always are here. And, before we close out tonight, I just want to again thank all of you who've been coming out for private readings, for me, for Lord Tony, for Lady Angela, for her books, and supporting us. All of us really appreciate your support. And I want to say thank you personally. And, make sure to be here tomorrow because tomorrow's Monday and we're going to have horoscopes. You don't want to miss that. I'm going to cover all 12 zodiac signs and give a snapshot overview of everything that's going on astrologically for the week. So make sure to be here. I'm going to let Lady Angela and Lord Tony each wrap up what they want to say also. Go ahead, guys.
Yep. I see in the chat some of y'all are saying you had missed part of the show. Don't worry, because as soon as it's over, it posts to YouTube. You could go back and watch the whole full hour. And we'll be here next week also on Sunday for another witching hour. And you know, it wouldn't be good without all of you. So we really appreciate all of our regulars, all of our new people every week being here to support us, to give questions and interact with us. You know, we really love it, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, this was a great show. It went by too fast. Yeah, there's so many things I wanted to, that I could have possibly been brought up to. And with the Shungite, you know, I am Lord Raziel. He was wondering about the static. I can tell you, I have so much static built up in me too that every time I take my sweatshirt off, it looks like I have lightning wars going on inside there. And it's going to start a fire one of these days. But so I can't tell if it doesn't stop static. But for me, it looked like it increased it. You know, it's just all that living extra energy that's building up inside you.
Right.
I think it's more beneficial. But yeah, it was a great show. I hope we get to do this more.
Well, we're going to be here each week, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. I always tell people, see, I live in a high rise. I'm like up on the 15th floor, and I always tell people, if you ever hear us say goodbye, I'm telling you he's flooded out of his house, we're all in bad shape.
Absolutely. Well, if you guys want to get a private reading with Bob, head over to his website at robert-hickman.com. Check out my website at rarewiccaspells.com and Google Tony at Lightbringer's Angel, and check out what he has going on as well. So we hope to hear from you and see you.
Awesome. Lady Angela, Lord Tony, thanks for being here tonight. We've had such a good time. Listen, guys, keep it here at Spiritual. As I said, we got more coming. Tomorrow is going to be horoscopes. You don't want to miss it. Get your psychic snapshot of what's coming on in the stars for you. Keep it here. And for those of you who tuned in late, as Lady Angela said, this video will be shortly processed. And you can go back and watch the parts you missed. And we hope you'll do that. By the way, I always forget, because I'm so excited about being with you guys live. Please, we need your help on this video. You need to like it, favorite it, share it with your friends. Thumbs up, because from YouTube's monitoring, they're monitoring everybody now. If your video is not getting consistent thumbs up and likes and favorited and shared, they kind of push you off YouTube. They threaten to have you removed. I don't want to leave YouTube, but I need your help so that I can stay. And if you can do that, we will be eternally thankful.
Awesome.
Awesome. Well, guys, listen, it's 9 o'clock. And wherever you are, I hope you're having a blessed night. We'll see you back here next Sunday, same time, same place, for the witching hour. That's great thing. Do that again. You got to speak.
Ooh.
Good night, everybody.
Love you guys. Have a good night. Good night. Blessed be.